I reach the gate and lock it with trembling fingers and jump out. Saber, are you here? I strain to see in the darkness. Clouds have completely obscured the moon, leaving it pitch dark, now of all times. But I hear something nearby. There. I run to an empty pathway. It happens all in an instant. I see a familiar man in red and Saber fighting. Saber rushes him and breaks through his guard in a single sweep. She easily cuts at the man in red. Saber raises her arm, ready to, but before she's able to take his head, incredibly powerful magecraft causes him to vanish. Saber doesn't stop. She dashes right at the person standing behind the man in red, and effortlessly negate it's the potent magecraft they'd unleashed. What? I knew she was strong, but this is unreal. It was a sort of intervention magecraft way beyond anything I'm capable of. My old man might have been able to cast something with a bit of weight to it, but I'm not sure even a first-rate mage could just cast something so powerful at a drop of a hat like that. Even so, Saber nullifies the magecraft as if it were nothing. The enemy must be a mage, which means this match's outcome is decided. The mage's attack doesn't work on Saber, and Saber drives at them mercilessly. The mage falls backward with a thud. The enemy miraculously dodges Saber's attack, but they can't move anymore. Saber corners the enemy, and levels her invisible sword at them. My mind freezes. Maybe it's a momentary glimmer of moonlight, but I see then that Saber is attacking a human. I can't tell who it is specifically, but the image of Saber killing someone, their blood staining her hands, suddenly fills my mind. Saber moves in. She's going to slit open their throat with that invisible sword. Saber, stop! I scream as loud as I can. Her blade stops cold. It's probably best for my sanity that I can't see her sword. But the tip of that invisible sword isn't wet with her opponent's blood just yet. Stop! I beg you, Saber. I glare at her as I speak. If I'm going to stop her, I need to prepare myself and give everything I've got to do so. No, Saber has absolutely no intention of stopping. She only stopped because I told her to, but she still holds her sword out at the ready. I'm telling you, wait. You keep calling me master, but I still don't understand what's going on. If you're going to address me that way, then wouldn't it be right to explain yourself first? Saber doesn't answer. She just stands there staring at me. We're going about this wrong, Saber. I don't even know who you are, but I'll listen if you tell me, so please don't do this. Saber is silent. She still holds her sword to the opponent and stares at me, her lips downturned in dissatisfaction. Eh? Don't needlessly harm another. Well, yeah, it's better to avoid conflict as much as possible, but I'm not so soft-hearted as to feel sorry for someone who's attacking me. Huh? I'm talking about you. A girl shouldn't go swinging swords around, especially if they're already hurt. Casual sexism. Oh, wait, I don't even know if that's a sword to begin with. Anyway, you shouldn't be doing this. The look on her face. At that moment, Saber's mouth falls open in stunned silence. I don't know how much time passes with her just standing there like that. The person who'd fallen to the ground speaks up out of nowhere. Saber instinctively grips her sword. Saber grits her teeth. But she lowers her sword, loosening her grip a bit. She must have put her sword away or something, because she seems suddenly much less hostile. Whoever it was that's been on the ground finally stands. They act brazen as they pat the dirt from their bottom. Wait a minute. That's... You're Tosaka? Rin Tosaka applies with the biggest smile on her face. This is unbelievable. I don't know what to think anymore. The way she greets me so casually makes me question whether everything that happened was even real. Well, so you were the one who cast Magecraft earlier, which makes you... Hearing her be so blunt about it makes me feel like the idiot here. As she says that, she walks towards the entrance of my house. Hey, wait, Tosaka, what the hell are you thinking? At that moment, when Tosaka turns around, her smile has changed to something completely different. She glares at me, and I can see actual animosity in her eyes. Tosaka walks through the gate. She seems really pissed. Well, I don't blame her. Just a moment ago, she had a sword pointed at her, and she was about to die. But still, maybe it's my imagination, but I think the Tosaka at school and the one I see right now are completely different people. And this is just weird as hell. Rin Tosaka, the most popular girl in school, the girl I admire, is walking in front of me, while a blonde girl named Saber, who calls herself a servant, is silently following behind me. The whole way seems like it's a bit like it's in a different dimension. But I can't stay a coward forever. I may still be in training, but I'm still a mage. Tosaka, who is apparently a fellow mage, is as bold as brass, yes, and I may have to hold my ground too, or else I'll look stupid. Though I can't really think of anything else that's significant here. Like Saber still following me. She keeps calling me master, and we form some sort of contract, which probably makes her a kind of familiar. I heard a familiar is an assistant mages use. Most mages transfer a part of their own body into something else, then use it as their double. But typically they're small animals. Things like cats and dogs are just easier to control. Some mages use humans, but to do that, they need an incredible amount of magical energy to constantly feed into a human to control them. Doing that would require a mage to use over half their own magical energy just to sustain the familiar, though. So it's not exactly efficient. Familiars are supposed to be tools to help mages, which is why they usually use small animals who can be controlled with minimal effort, and so aren't any burden. At least that's what I was taught. No, nothing. Saber obviously looks human, and she's clearly superior to her master. That is me. I don't have enough magical energy to restrain someone, let alone the magical circuits to control familiars in the first place. Which means Saber is nothing like a familiar. She called herself a servant. I don't know what she is, but the man named Lancer and the man in red Tosaka has in tow are probably all the same. Which means Tosaka can also be called a master. I've already seen enough of her magecraft skills. I'm less than a fledgling, but based on what I've seen, Tosaka is probably worth 3 mages, though there's really not much sense comparing any mage to someone like me, who can only do strengthening. What's clear is that Rin Tosaka is an exceptional mage. Exceptional maze. Yes, she confuses everyone. In spiritually strong lands, there are mage family lines which oversee a given area. The Amiya family came during Kuretsugu's generation, so our family is essentially outsiders. Weird. That should be our essentially outsiders. That's why I didn't know Tosaka came from a family of mages, and I don't think Tosaka knew I came from one either. There are several mages in this town, and I don't know about. If that Lancer guy is another mage's familiar too, that means I've gotten myself in the middle of some sort of fight between mages. I should really just stop thinking for now. Now's the time to pay attention to what Tosaka has to say. I turn on the lights. It's already past 1 in the morning. That was me, but the roof was the other guy. That's not my fault. That Lancer guy attacked me. I didn't really have time to worry about windows. I'd say I was more of a punching bag than an opponent, really. I don't know what's so amusing to her, but Tosaka walks over to the broken window. Tosaka picks up a broken piece of glass. She stares at it for a second. Thank you for voicing Tosaka, even during the parts where we were playing her. I would not have been able to pronounce this shit. She cuts her fingertip and lets a single drop of blood fall onto the window. What kind of magecraft is that? The shattered window begins to reassemble itself, returning to its original undamaged state in mere seconds. Tosaka, what did you just do?
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。もう私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなのマレクの無駄遣いでしょ。本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
But that would have cost money, so thank you for doing it anyway. She says all of this like it's a normal thing. By the way, can you fix the roof? Her skills are just beyond my comprehension. That's amazing, Tosaka. I can't do anything like that, so I appreciate you fixing it.
できないってそんなことないでしょ。ガラスの扱いなんて初歩の初歩だもの。たった数分前に割れたガラスの修復なんてどこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ。
Is it now? I only know what my old man taught me, so I don't really know what you consider the basics.
Huh?
Tosaka stops abruptly. Crap, sounds like I said something I shouldn't have.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ何？エミヤ君は自分の工房の管理もできない半人前ってこと？
I have a workshop! The door's just broken right now! Huh? I don't have a workshop. Well, actually, I have a shed I use for training, but I think calling that a workshop would just make Tosaka angrier.
まさかとは思うけど確認しとく。もしかしてあなた5大要素の扱いとかパスの作り方も知らない？
I just nod. I normally path on the hunt. Whoa, that's terrifying. Beautiful as she is, she gets intense when she goes quiet.
何？じゃああなた素人？
Not exactly, no. I can at least do some strengthening in magecraft.
強化ってまたなんとも半端なのを使うのね。で、それ以外はからっきしってわけ？
Tosaka just stares at me. Honestly, probably not. Her stare is so intense, I can't help but be vague in my answer.
はあ、なんだってこんなやつにセイバーが呼び出されるのよ。まったく。
She sighs, disappointed. I don't much care for that. It's not like I've been playing around here. Sure, I'm not a full-fledged mage, but that's not the issue here. Excuse me.
まあいいわ。もう決まったことに不平をこぼしても始まらない。そんなことより今は借りを返さないと。
Taisaki takes a breath.
それじゃあ話を始めるけど、エミヤ君、自分がどんな立場にあるのか分かってないでしょ。
I nod.
やっぱり。まあ一目で分かったけど、一応確認しとかないとね。知ってる相手に説明するなんて心の贅肉だし。
Mental flab. That was a really weird way to put that, but I feel like if I get smart with her, she'll smack me.
率直に言うと、エミヤ君はマスターに選ばれたの。どちらかの手に精魂があるでしょ。手の甲とか腕とか個人差はあるけど3つの霊樹が刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての証よ。
Back of my hand. Oh, you mean this?
それはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。霊樹って言うんだけど、それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
What do you mean as long as I have them?
霊樹は絶対命令権なの。 サーバントには自由意志があるって気づいていると思うけど、それをねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文がその刻印。発動に呪文は必要なくて、あなたが霊呪を使用するって思えば発動するから。ただし1回使うたびに1つずつ減っていくから、使うのなら2回だけにとどめなさい。で、その霊呪がなくなったらエミヤ君は殺されるだろうから、せいぜい注意して。
That should be run out of. Eh? I'm going to die?
マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
What? Hold on a second. I don't understand what the hell Tosaka's saying. Masters defeating masters? And then they're granted the Holy Grail? And is the Holy Grail the Holy Grail?
まだわからない。要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。聖杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。他のマスターを一人残らず倒すまで終わらない魔術師同士の殺し合いに。
Tosaka talks about this like it's the most normal thing in the world. Everything she says swirls around in my head. I was chosen as a master. Tosaka claims to be a master. Familiars called servants. And the Holy Grail War, a battle to the death between 7 mages. Okay, wait, what the hell are you talking about?
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。それにあなただって心の底では理解してるんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
What? True, that Lancer guy did nearly kill me.
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて殺されたんだっけ。よく生き返ったわね、エミヤ君。
Tosaka's comment is the final nail in the coffin. She's absolutely right. That guy killed me. I died. There was no chance of me talking him out of it, nor convincing him otherwise, and I was only there to die. That's why me backing out of this incomprehensible death match doesn't mean the others will do this. Doesn't mean the others will do the same.
納得した？ならもう少しだけ話をしてあげる。聖杯戦争というのが何であるか私もよくは知らない。ただ何十年に一度7人のマスターが選ばれ、マスターにはそれぞれサーバントが与えられるってことだけは確かよ。私もマスターに選ばれた一人だからサーバントと契約したし、あなただってセーバーと契約した。サーバントは聖杯戦争を勝ち残るために聖杯が与えた使い魔と考えなさい。で、マスターである私たちは自分のサーバントと協力して他のマスターを始末していくわけね。
Tosaka explains things matter-of-factly, but it feels totally unreal to me. But one thing she mentioned raises a question. Wait, you say Saber is a familiar, but I don't think she is. Familiars are usually cats or birds. Sure, there are some folks who use ghosts, but Saber has a physical body. Plus, she doesn't look like a familiar to me. I glance over at Saber. She's been quiet the whole time. Saber looks completely human to me. I don't know who she is, but she looks like a girl about the same age as me.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど、位置づけは段違いよ。何しろそこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
A ghost liner? So does that mean she really is a ghost? The spirit of a human, someone who died a long time ago. The residual thoughts of a person of exceptional ability who remains in this world even after their death. But that doesn't make sense. Ghosts don't possess a physical body. Ghosts can only hurt other ghosts. So how can I, who possesses a human body, be killed by a spirit?
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。
Yeah, I fought ghosts in FGO. They're annoying as shit.
サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄。精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
Huh? Incarnated heroes of the past?
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね、実体化させるのよ。まあ、呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。魂を形にするなんてのは一階の魔術師には不可能だもの。ここは強力なアーティファクトの力におんぶしてもらうってわけ。
Wait a minute, are you saying that a hero from the past is... What? I look at Saber. So she's a hero of the past too? Well, sure, nobody in the modern era would dress like her, but still... But that's impossible. I've never heard of magecraft like that.
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
A recreation of a soul? Does that mean these servants are different than phantoms?
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の輪から外されて一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。高霊術とか口寄せとかそういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど必要とあれば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
So they can switch between spirit form and being corporeal. I don't see your servant right now, so does that mean he's in spirit form right now?
いえ、あいつはうちの召喚人で傷を癒している最中よ。さっきセイバーにやられたでしょ。あれだってあと少し強制撤去が遅かったら一撃で消滅してたわ。いい？サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけ。そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるからうまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。
It's not likely.
けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せてマスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
Tosaka's explanation ticks me off. I don't know what the other servants are like, but calling servants monsters doesn't feel like a fair description of Saber.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。そのあたりは理解できた？
In theory, yeah. No, but I'm still not convinced. First of all, what kind of sick mind thought to do this in the first place?
それは私が知るべきことでもないし、答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。私が教えてあげられるのはね、 あなたはもう戦うしかなくて、サーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
As Tosaka says that, she turns to Saber.
さて、エミヤ君から話を聞いた限りじゃ、あなたは不完全な状態みたいね、セイバー。マスターとしての心得がない魔術師見習いに呼び出されたんだから。ええ、あなたの言う通り、私は万全ではありません。シローには私を実体化させる魔力がないため、霊体に戻ることも魔力の回復も難しいでしょう。驚いたわ。そこまでひどかったこともだけど、あなたが正直に話してくれるなんて思わなかった。どうやって弱みを聞き出そうかなって程度だったのに。敵に弱点を見抜かれるのは不本意ですが、あなたの目は欺けそうにない。こちらの手札を隠しても意味はないでしょう。それならばあなたに知ってもらうことで、シローにより深く現状を理解してもらった方がいい。正解。風格も十分と。もうますます惜しい。私がセイバーのマスターだったらこんな戦い勝ったも同然だったのに。
Tosaka, are you saying I'm not fit to be your master?
当然でしょ、ヘッポコ。
Freaking Chad! Whoa, anyone with a heart might have softened in that blow a bit.
何？まだなんか質問があるの？
But she doesn't realize how hurtful her words are. My image of her as a perfect honors student at school slowly crumbles. Issei sure was right about her. She's fiendishly relentless.
さて、話がまとまったところでそろそろ行きましょうか。
Tosaka announces this curtly. But it's kind of weird. What? Go? Where?
だからあなたが巻き込まれたこのゲーム、聖杯戦争をよく知っているやつに会いに行くの。エミヤ君、聖杯戦争の理由について知りたいんでしょ？
Yeah, of course, but where are we going? It's already late, and if it's too far...
大丈夫。隣町だから急げば夜明けまでには帰ってこれるわ。それに明日は日曜なんだから別に夜更かししてもいいじゃない。
What the? Somehow my mouse moved out to my second screen. Uh-huh. Jessica, I looked at your follow. You're banned. My gut was right. That's not the issue here. So much has happened today that I'm utterly exhausted. I just want to rest and organize my thoughts.
何？行かないの？もうエミヤ君がそう言うんならいいけど、セイバーは？
You're banned too. For some reason, Tosaka is asking for Saber's opinion. Wait, Saber's got nothing to do with it, with this. Don't push her.
もうマスターとしての自覚はあるんだ。 私がセイバーと話すのは嫌？
That's not it. It's just that if everything you said about this whole thing is true, then it would mean Saber is a hero from the past. That means she wouldn't know anything about the modern era. That's why...
シロ、それは違う。サーバントは人間の世であるのなら、あらゆる時代に適応します。ですからこの時代のこともよく知っている。
You are? Really?
もちろん。この時代に呼び出されたのも一度ではありませんから。
What?
嘘。どんな確率よそれ。
Oh hey, Tosaka's surprised too. That must mean what Saber said is at least somewhat unusual.
シロ、私は彼女に賛成です。あなたはマスターとして知識がなさすぎる。あなたと契約したサーバントとして、シロには強くなってもらわなければ困ります。
Saber silently stares at me. The look on her face tells me she's saying this for my sake, not for her own safety. Fine, I guess I have to go, don't I? So where is this place, Tosaka? Can we still get here and get here and there, get back here from there, right?
もちろん。行き先は隣町の琴峰教会。そこがこの戦いを監督しているエセ神父の居所よ。
Tosaka flashes a mischievous grin. It's the look of someone who is enjoying teasing me since I have no clue what's going on. At least that's what I think. I'm starting to believe Tosaka has a really nasty side. We walk through the town at night. It's 1 in the morning, and there is nobody out at this hour. The houses are dark, and the sleepy town is cast only in the streetlight's pale glow. Hey Tosaka, are you planning on walking to the next town?
そうよ。だって電車もバスも終わってるでしょ。いいんじゃない？たまには夜の散歩っていうのも。
Okay, but I just want to make sure. Do you know how long that walk will take?
歩いてだと1時間ぐらいかしらね。まあ、遅くなったら帰りはタクシーでも拾えばいいでしょ。
I don't have that kind of money, and my point is more about whether it's safe for a girl to walk around at this hour. You know, it's been dangerous recently. I don't want to be responsible if something happens to you.
安心しなさい。相手がどんなやつだろうとちょっかいなんて出してこないわ。エミヤ君を忘れてるみたいだけど、そこにいるセイバーはとんでもなく強いんだから。
Oh. Now that she mentions it, if anyone picks a fight with Saber, they're dead for sure.
リン、シロは今何を言いたかったのでしょう。私には理解できなかったのですが。
I forgot that she wore that! I completely forgot that she wore that!
いや、大した勘違いっぷりっていうか、大間抜けっていうか。なんでも、私たちが痴漢に襲われたら、エミヤ君が助けてくれるんだって。
そんな、シロは私のマスターだ。それでは立場が逆ではないですか。
そういうの考えてないんじゃない？魔術師とかサーバントとかどうでもいいって感じ。あいつの頭の中、一度見てみたくなったわね。
Tosaka and Saber seem to be on good enough terms to chat now. Saber has been quiet ever since I stopped her from leaving the house as she was. She flatly refused to take off her armor, so I made her wear a raincoat, and she's been quiet ever since. Now she's just following me and she only speaks to Tosaka.
あれどっちに行くのよエミヤくん。そっち道が違うんじゃない？
We need to go to the bridge, right? Shortcut. I feel a little awkward walking right beside her, so I walked a little faster and took a side path. We enter a park along the riverside. All we need to do to cross the bridge is reach Shinto.
へえ、こんな道あったんだ。そっか。橋には公園からでも行けるんだから、公園を目指せばいいのね。
Maybe it's the park at night. Tosaka, she stands there staring up at the bridge. Looks prettier than I have seen her at school. This isn't good. Let's just go. We didn't come here to goof off. I remind Tosaka to hurry and start climbing the stairs. Once we reach the road at the side of the bridge, it's just a straight shot to Shinto. There is nobody on the bridge. Not surprising, since this bridge isn't exactly busy even during the day. People tend to take the bus or train to get to the next town, so the pedestrian bridge doesn't see much use. It's a pretty good distance, and the bridge itself seems a little unsteady, so people might worry it could collapse at any time. Probably why this isn't a very popular spot for dates, even though the location and an ambiance are perfect. What is in your head, Shiro? Stop thinking about such stupid crap. Saber follows silently while Rin walks beside me. I hurry across the bridge as fast as I can and try not to think too much about the two girls with me. Once we cross the bridge, Tosaka leads us to the suburbs. The office building near the station the office buildings near the station only come to mind when I think of Shinto, but there's still a traditional townscape on the outskirts. The suburbs are especially prominent in that sense. There are gentle slopes and a hill that overlooks the ocean. The further up the hill you go, the fewer buildings there are, and there's even a foreigner cemetery building built along the hillside.
この上が教会よ。エミヤくんも一度ぐらいは行ったことがあるんじゃない？
No, never. Though I do know it used to be an orphanage.
そう。なら今日が初めてか。じゃあ少し気を引き締めた方がいいわ。あそこの神父は一筋縄じゃいかないから。
Oh yeah, he's a whole can of worms. I look up and see the shadow that must be a building at the top of the hill. A church atop a hill. I never imagined a circumstance like this is what would bring me to God's house. Whoa, this is amazing. The church is magnificent. The whole hilltop seems to be a church grounds, and I'm greeted by a huge open space. It's the moment I reach the top of the hill. The church at the other side of the vast open space isn't all that big, but it seems to loom over everywhere, intimidating any visitors.
シロ、私はここに残ります。
Eh? Why? We came all this way. Yeah, I can't just leave you here.
私は教会に来たのではなく、シロを守るためについてきたのです。シロの目的地が教会であるのなら、これ以上遠くには行かないでしょう。ですから、ここで帰りを待つことにします。
Saber is frank in her response. I can't see her budging at this point, so I decided to respect her decision. All right, then I'll be back.
誰であろうと気を許さないように、マスター。